country as picturesque as the desert Southwest. And we've got a good one on tap here at State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Las Vegas Raiders. Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And we are underway from Glendale. And he stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raiders set to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And one of the things that I think that Derek Carr has really improved in doing since college, his ability to stay in the pocket, things swirling around him, find the right guy, and deliver the ball with accuracy. Derek Carr has great touch when he throws the football.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And a slant hold in by Ruggs. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. That's Aguilar with it on the jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And this brings up pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A first down there on a pickup of 25. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Another good gain. That's It's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Yeah, nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches.
Third and less than a yard.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is third and short. Throwing now is Carr. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as would have wanted to. They forced the third down. Might get into field with coverage. Nowhere to go with the football. Forced the dump off to the back. And even then, they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. The Rays jump out to a 3-0 advantage.
49ers nothing.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. Here's Richie James on the return. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10.
Former second-round pick in 2014, Jimmy Garoppolo trotting into place, looking to guide this San Francisco 49er offense.
And when Jimmy Garoppolo came out of Eastern Illinois, many people saw a strong guy, well-schooled in the passing game, who needed a little bit of time to develop and reach his potential. Starting to go in that direction right now. A former linebacker in high school, he plays the game with a lot of toughness.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Ball carrier.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He's tackled at
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Looking up here with Trent Taylor. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Mostert. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Still 2nd down.
This is Mostert. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Mostert. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 22. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I know flashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
The offensive line, they're getting it done.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Open man is born. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. That last catch short of the marker by just yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. His throw here is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there, and it's 3rd and short.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. To throw, it's Garoppolo. It's the chalk in the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel on a touchdown pass from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
A touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Jalen Richard now on the return. take it to the 25.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. Got an open man, it's Rhodes. He'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, first down. Great patience in the pocket. Of course, it's easy to be patient when the protection's good, and it was.
Yeah, you got to pat those guys on the helmet and say thanks, because they gave him plenty of time to stay back there, survey the field, go through the reads that he wanted to, and deliver the ball accurately. That was really well executed.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Carr. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. That catch good for only a couple.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. From the gun, Carr, reception here by Ruggs. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's being at the 49ers 21. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Play fake to Jacobs. Heavy rush, and down he goes.
My goodness, was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles here.
Hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the first down sack. Carr It's a screen to Richard. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
6 yards. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will make it into the end zone. And we see James, he will now return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Mostert. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 30, past the 20. Mostert, 71 yards. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, didn't they? Now 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. That drive started on their own 25. Plays 75 yards later into the end zone. Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Time began to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They had the run for no gain. They have to try again from 25 on 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shut down corners. Guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well. Hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive. Be
aggressive. Take your shot right here.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jared McKinnon. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole fun to watch.
From the 13, now they work on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. Driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 3rd down. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose it.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. George Kittle from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
It's good, and it's 21-10. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco.
Raiders 10.
Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
So far, he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. Well, they go with a tight end carry. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. To throw his Carr. Pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Carr.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep, Trent Taylor. Francisco gets set to go here. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll start on the ground. Comments are going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
and 11. A play fake from Mostert. Now Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Garoppolo. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain of 8.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They hand it off to Mostert. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Try and run here with Mostert. And he won't be close to a first down as he gets into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's 4th down. Mitch Wishnowsky.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. We'll check on his status when we get set to get this drive started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Operating from the gun, Carr. He's got his man across the ground. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, taking it in over the middle. Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Carr. They'll find his running back here, Richard. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. A good rally to the football. Keeps only a yard, and it's 2nd down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
And that makes this 2nd and 9. Again, they'll throw with Carr. This will be Carr just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Throw on 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Carlson is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
21. Raiders 13.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try to hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That one caught by Ross Dwelling. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Have the first down on a gain of 11.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2, just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands, and yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
First down throw. Got the connection here to Bourne. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he's dropped right 40. Gain of 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Play action. Garoppolo. He's going up top for Taylor. It's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It's Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's a whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss. Success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure, he's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long. Now Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walk the ball in his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Will take over with a new set of downs.
37-yard.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be interesting sequence of play that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
On 2nd down, Garoppolo, open man is born. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 4.
49er first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
He's tackled
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 16. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. That'll make this a 2nd and 13. Once again, it's Mostert. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. But that's going to wind up incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. And in his 15th season, able to get this one to go. And that will bump the lead up to 11.
Raiders 13.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 11. He'll throw from the gun. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. One quarter remains here Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down. Short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. It's a good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr. Fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And his crew will take over with the ball at the 35-yard line.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. There's Garoppolo to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Sideline and incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom corner as he gets it to go. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Richard on the return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start the next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their 23. Out of the gun, he'll throw. They find Aguilar over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. Going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for second touchdown. You can have the first one for the second one to even matter.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second and 1. Through that time to record the sack.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. They put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. The open man here, Renfro. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. Third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
The Niners set to take over on offense. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. 4-yard, you want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That's into the hands of Dwelling. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
He's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Open man is Samuel, complete. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Garoppolo able to find Samuel there for a Niners 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Here's Mostert. And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Second and goal from inside the 5. One more time with Mostert. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now goal for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Here comes Richard on the return. But a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Left side here, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Throwing on first down is Carr. That's complete to Rashard, the running back. Corralled out across midfield down to the 45. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And that's why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Carr. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. To the line quickly. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. His throw caught right around the 6. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
First down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Carr to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Try to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Let's see who this is on. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way down, you got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. That time, a 9-play drive, and it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Can stop it twice more. They take a knee here. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Down to a knee for 49ers to be on ice. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.